ECS Europe. Of course, we're going into our second matchup of the day, and that will be between EnVyUs and Dignitas. Now, map 1, Cobble, what's your thoughts?
Yeah, I think it's going to be. I mean, I love casting Cobble games for a start. I think there's a lot of diversity in there, and I think it's one that lends itself to both teams fairly well. I'm interested to see EnVyUs performing on it because, of course, they have had the roster changes lately.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be interesting to see. Dignitas, I believe so far they haven't had the most impressive results by any stretch of the imagination.
Are they bottom?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are at the bottom. Yeah, they are 0-4.
Yeah,
so
not the best start in the world.
Yeah, it's not going to leave them in the best
Not the end
place.
of the world yet, though. It's still quite early days. They've still got plenty of games to play. So they're not out by any stretch, but a 2-0 win today would definitely be a great help. But the big problem is we sort of saw them play Cobble. We actually saw them play EnVy as well just a day or two ago up in, I think that was in Pro League. And EnVy won both maps. So it definitely isn't looking too good at the moment. Of course, they have had some good form. They've played in WSG. They've won it. We've seen Ruger, the coach, lose his beard. That was the bet. If they got to a final, he had to lose his beard. That was the bet that was going on. That is actually a thing. And he has shaved his beard off. He is a man of his word. And well, they then went on to win the tournament.
And to think, I did it today completely by accident, moments before we went live.
You should be basically making teams win tournaments to shave your beard.
Just the motivation.
The only thing is you may end up depending on who you choose. Like if you choose someone like VP, maybe you'll be alright.
Or Godsend. I mean, Godsend, no. I mean, Godsend, it would just grow and just keep growing endlessly.
Gandalf level of beard.
Yeah, to the point, it would just be so ginger. And it just terrible. And that would be it. My whole life just gone.
So you're a bit of a Godsend hater then by the sounds of it.
No.
They're never ever going to win
I'm just saying, it's been pretty disappointing so far.
Yeah, no, for sure. They haven't been too much, but we're not going on to their map. We're not. We're going all full circle, guys, full circle. We're going back, of course, to Dignitas versus EnVy. Now, as a matchup, as a map, I think it's, as you said, pretty good for both of them. I don't think there's anything really to argue in that factor. Now, of course, 6 are being added. I have to say, I was a skeptic at the time. I was thinking, in terms of actual talent level, I really was looking towards the sort of devil side of thing and thinking, is that really an upgrade? He's had some great performances, and as a sort of support role, he really has done his job well. Either way, enough waffle from me. We're into the pistol. Take it away, Harry.
Yeah, we're going to be heading straight into this one. And while Dignitas, they go aggressive early on with Config, trying to exert some pressure in towards drop. He's, of course, boosted up, just ready and waiting to try and do some damage. Doesn't able to land too much, while the rest of EnVyUs make their way out on towards A. It's going to be Magic Spoiler to try and open this up, and he does so. Takes the head clean off of MBK. And the push, though, from EnVyUs, not slowing down as much as it would usually. They want to try and keep this one going. They're fully dedicated. They're able to find one out of MSL, but that's going to be it. As Magic Spoiler and Rubino make short work of the approaching EnVyUs members, just shutting down one by one. Rubino finds himself a second on the board, and it's Config to end it.
Yeah, nice start. And I think it's important that Rubino gets off to a good start. He's another player. We spoke about Twist in the last one being sort of up and down. We've seen him on Cobble before. He's taken maps into his own hands. Other times, he's really not there at all. And I think he's sort of that sort of wow factor where if Dignitas are going to be at their very best, they need him. Of course, he didn't play in WSG, so he's still on that sort of train of wanting to win a tournament with his team. But I definitely think they can. And, well, MBK, I've always said he's always good for one dig shot, and he's got the first kill straight away.
Yeah, he's able to find one for the side of EnVyUs, who, of course, on this into a 4-spy. It's going to be a nice start to things to try and hold back the tide that is Team Dignitas. And, well, now it's all going to leave MSL and Cajun B over here towards the A site to try and hold this one down. Once again, 3 members of EnVyUs out towards long. MSL looking to get a little bit aggressive with the FAMAS out here. Flash is going to be making its way on through for him. Doesn't really find too much success, though, and he can't capitalize on it as a result. It's just going to be looking back to full on passively in towards that A site, leaving in the hands of Cajun B. Looks to go a little bit aggressive, but ultimately Team Dignitas taking this one slowly because they are already at one-man disadvantage.
Yeah, it's a bit scary as well because they've invested 5 rifles into this round, which is not a common buy in the second round at all. They've gone flat rifles, no SMGs, no money making. This is basically making money off keeping it clean. It really limits their utility as well. And well, now Config, he's going to be lost as well. So this is not so clean. Luckily, Cajun will be able to bring this back, making it a little bit less damaging. Of course, Happy's found another in the meantime, and this is a 2 versus 2. This is actually a really scary round at the moment as Rubino will go down as well. Cajun's left alone, has managed to bring it back once again, but he's in an even standpoint, and luckily for them, he picks up 4 kills in a round. But if you have 5 rifles versus 5 pistols, that goes down to a 1v1 or 1v2 even. Things have gone a bit wrong.
Yeah, no, definitely so. I mean, I don't think that anyone was really ready for that sort of a scoreline to be presenting itself. You can see the clutch here from KGB as he found himself in that 1 versus 2. Does pick up both the frags, but still with only one player surviving when you invest so heavily, it's not going to bode well for the economy of Team Dignitas, and you can see that right now. They've got a MP9 on the back of MSL, a UMP on config, and Rubino's going to be repping the Mag 7 life.
Yeah, they need to keep this one clean. The fact is, going into the next round, they may even have more of a bonus than they really played for. If you buy 5 rifles, the goal is to basically keep all 5. To keep 1 is definitely not something you want to be doing. Either way, still a couple of deagles in play at the moment for the T side, so still the potential for damage, but at the same time, there's no armor behind it. There's no utility to play with. They're just going off pure aim, but then again, it's EnVy.
Yeah, no, and that's kind of the divided play right there. Six going to be able to find one, but he's going to get traded into by KGB. He's going to be a little bit peckish, looking for his second, and he finds it in the form of Happy. He's going to take him down. Now it's all on Kenny. Kenny actually doesn't spot out Rubino, misses the first shot. Kenny still doesn't spot out Rubino. Rubino has enough time to then recock the old Mag 7. And has enough time to actually go again. So getting a little bit slow there. Might want to whittle around with his headphone jack. Make sure that was plugged in probably. It's going to allow Dignitas to pick up a 3rd round on the board and kind of, you know, even out their economy a little bit better. It's a little bit stronger, but
it's not good.
Yeah, we only be seeing Rubino once again still with that Mag 7 and EnVyUs on a rifle buy.
Yeah, this is the big thing. This is a great opportunity for EnVy to actually pull out a reset very early on in the game. At the same time, if the CT side can win this, then it's all in vain anyway, the amount of damage that's been done. So really looking towards Team Dignitas here. Now, Rubino, he is with that Mag 7 once again, playing drop. Nothing too uncommon there. In fact, almost, I'd say, a decent opportunity to put it in that position. Either way, the rest of the CTs, we do see 2 players over towards A and Apex. He's very good at entries, and, well, he's going to do it again over towards drop down, pushing in, looking for a little bit more. MBK's found another, and this is falling apart for the CT side. They will only have 2 rifles left, and with their money, if they save 2, I think they have a chance to buy. So really, they should be falling back now.
Yeah, I mean, it is a 2-on-5 after plant scenario now. EnVyUs looking to be in a very good place with this one. Bomb's just going to be ticking away, and you can already see Magisboy and MSL, they don't want to be going for this. I mean, they've got too many members of EnVyUs left to find, and you know, it's a pretty tall task to ask them to have to go in there and try and do that. So the bomb's going to be going off. They're trying to save the M4s, but EnVyUs will be getting their 1st round on the board. The question is, with their economy looking the way it is, are they going to actually go and try and hunt? It's looking like Happy's a little bit curious, but other than that, everyone else on the team just looking to play things nice and passively.
Of course, 1st round win. If you can keep it perfectly clean, then in the next few, you can start taking a few sort of dividends back, make yourself some extra cash, and Happy even going to go for a little bit of a wall bang. Does find a shot onto MSL, but nothing that's going to scare him too much. Will fall back, and well, now you can sort of look at the money. There should be enough for them to go for something. I would say that there's probably going to be a player on the pistol at least, and well, they may not even opt to go for this. I think they probably will, and well, in fact, it is going to be a Mag 7 chucked over to Rubino. So an almost identical buy to what we had in the last round. However, EnVy now have even more nades to play with, and they're going to look to go for, well, what seems a similar strat as they build up towards B early doors.
Yep, they're making their way in there very early on, like you say, and you're going to leave NBK back in towards mid. He's just spotting it out, waiting for the aggression from Magisboy. He's looking to be a little bit curious, like he wants to try and go for some sort of aggression here, but with only the M4 having the most utility on his team, you can tell he's not really thinking it's going to be worth it. Meanwhile, over towards B, a little bit of damage exchange for the smoke on platform as Kenny does get tagged down to 84 HP. He's just hiding by some boxes now, trying to buy his time. The rest of his teammates, on the other hand, looking to be going aggressive as they do peek down in towards drop. They spot out Rubino as well. Good idea as to where he is. They know where these players are. KGB, they're going to be the player to start things off. Finds one on new Apex. It's going to be the early advantage going the way of Dignitas, sorry. And now Config is going to be trapped here. Is able to find one, but that's going to be all as he does get traded down. And they do manage to get control of the platform. You can already see Dignitas slowly giving up this site, but Rubino not ready to give it up just yet. Does find one and a Happy. That's going to lock out, drop down, but MBK, they both line up for him. And now it's Magisboy versus NBK. NBK's already got 3 frags to his name, and he's got to get the 4th to try and clutch this one out.
Yeah, he's so low on HP. The Molotov on Magis could be enough to finish him off if he decides to use it. Seems to think that it's coming in from behind, but it's actually the rock position. Dwayne is being held, and now we look to see what MBK can actually do. His position is all but definitely known. I'm hoping Magis will just throw out the Molotov and pretty much end it there. And then he needs to connect the shot. Actually, both players miss, and it gives more time, more pressure onto Magis. Just one bullet needed to the head, and maybe he's out of the round as well. Of course, we're just waiting, really. 15 seconds left on the clock. MBK, he has to make his move, and eventually it does seem that this is playing into the hands of the CT side. Doesn't even seem like he has a chance to plant now, so just has to go for the kill, and Magisk will play it well, play it calm, and eventually close the round.
Yep, sadly we didn't see an MB clutch as he doesn't come up trumps in that one. It's going to go 4-1. MVS, they do get their... Team Dignitas, they get a chance at coming back into this. Why do I keep messing these guys around? I don't know why that is, but yeah, no, Dig, they're going to be finding themselves on a 4th round now. EnVyUs able to buy up into this one though, regardless. 5 AKs across the board and plenty of utility as well. As we head now into round number 6, they'll be sitting 4 players out mid aggressively early on. Magisk and MSL here to try and hold back the tide of EnVyUs players that might be coming through that mid door any second now.
Yeah, of course, again, they're still skimping on utility, and it will be another reset. That's the big problem. Whichever team loses is going to be the one with the economy troubles. Now, the CT side already with 4 rounds on the board, not looking too bad so far. So still have to look towards the T side and say this is your opportunity to get that boost start, to get yourself rolling into this T half. Of course, still expecting the T's to win the half at least, but it isn't necessary or necessarily true on this map of all. Either way, quite a bit of long presence coming in from the T side at the moment, and there's 3 players on the A side, which is almost somewhat of a stack. It seems the read coming out at the moment from Dignitas is a very good one, and with MSL already spotting another player, it's looking like EnVy are about to push in straight to a stack. Either way, they still have the man advantages in terms of the plays, and well, Cajun, again, he's found the first pick, doing his job, but Sixer is there to trade. MSL's position could be all but perfect. He finds one, peeks out, Cajun still doing work, and Sixer's managing to do all the work for his team.
Yeah, he's got 3 already. He needs the ace to try and put this one away. He knows where MSL is, but sadly, Config coming in from SWAT is able to find him, takes him down, and manages to secure that round on the board for Team Dignitas. It's going to go 5-1. It was looking like EnVyUs could have made their way back into that one there. Sixer does find 3 nice frags, but sadly, I mean, you know, with the weight of the world on his shoulders, it was just too much to bear. So it's going to be round number 7 now, and a nice buy on the cards from Dignitas once again. Rubino just maining that Mag 7. Of course, just the dedicated Mag 7 player for his team. The only player who's allowed to pick it up, I believe, within the European region. MSL going to be starting this one off, though, finds one into MBK out in towards mid. That's going to be the early man advantage chucked away of Team Dignitas, and also slows down the aggression on the side of EnVyUs.
Yeah, already a nice CT side. A little bit shaky from Dignitas. They've had a couple of rounds that were skeptical, but this one at least is just looking like a straight clean-up round, which is exactly what they need. They want to build their economy. They know that EnVy are going to be coming back at them quite strong, although you have to remember that one round could actually be a bit of a curse because it stops their loss bonus building up as much as it would have done, and they won't be able to get as much money on the board. Of course, Kenny's AWP is definitely a prominent factor to bring in on this map. He has at times single-handedly carried them through it, almost in his little Dora the Explorer backpack with everybody else just sitting in waiting. And speak of the man, he shall appear. He'll remove his opposition AWP at least for now, but I think Magisk should be ready and waiting. Getting a little bit close, but he will find his 3rd kill, and that's another on the board already for Dignitas as they are 6-1 up.
Yeah, they've started this off in a very good way indeed. 5 rounds, the difference between them and EnVyUs currently. And it looks to continue as the economy on this side of the CTs is looking increasingly better by the round. EnVyUs once again are going to be on the back foot. They force buy up, Tech-9s and Deagles, and have 2 smokes and a flash to try and play around. Well, that's enough to get them in towards this B site with enough aggression. That's looking like exactly what they're going to be doing. Rubino is going to get boosted up though. He's got the Mag 7, and this is it. This is where he's just going to be mowing them down as they push in towards B. Potentially going to look to farm some money. They do check the angle. Apex is going to get tagged, but that's going to be it. And Rubino going to be sticking in this position. They know where he is, and they find him on the pre-fire. Kenny has to trade things out. Ooh. Finds a second as well, putting that Mag 7 on use. That's how you use it, Rubino. And now it's a 3-on-3. Config looking aggressive out long, might be able to find something onto Happy, takes him down, and now it's all Kenny. Once again, finds himself in a horrible scenario, and he's going to get taken down. Config finds him and secures a 7th round on the board for Team Dignitas.
It's quite interesting at the moment. You've only had a couple of players step up in each round. It's not really been a team effort. Happy not really on the map just yet. Only really notable thing from Apex has been that 1 entry kill jumping into drop down, and it is getting a little bit worrying at this point because now 7 rounds on the CT side, Cajun on the AWP, but Kenny's right back at him. So that extra money made, of course, the Mag 7 shot is going to allow him to get Kevlar, head armor, and some nades behind it. So definitely beneficial for him to actually get that in hand. But now they need to make their play. Now they need to actually step up because otherwise it's likely that we'll be seeing at least 9 rounds on the CT side. And, well, we've already seen in the last match that really that's not too good.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's just not enough. Apex going to be the player to try and open this one up. Some would say he's one of the best entry fraggers in the world as he looks to try and take something down in towards drop. And well, he would be the man to do it. Of course, Rubino hanging close around the corner with a Mag 7 in hand. MSL's going to be the first to fall. And Rubino, once again, how do you fluff that many shots with the Mag 7? I complimented you. And now it's all on Config, left alone on the site. He's isolated, does find one, but that's going to be it. And in the blink of an eye, it's all on Magisboy, 1 versus 4. And he's got so many Frenchmen left to find.
Yeah, that's the position you want Apex in, right there, and then kicks out. Oh, Magic's still giving this a damn good go. Kenny has to finish him off, but he even gets tagged down to 27. A little bit more of a spray, and it's down to that 1v1 once again, so a little bit worrying there. And well, EnVy, their money's still not going to be in a safe position as the CTs will buy back up, but you have to remember, they're losing so many players, even in these consistent winning rounds. The CT side are actually on the brink of a reset as well. So this round, another, where it's seeming like we're having a lot of pinnacle rounds in terms of how many will be won overall. Rounds that can really change the map. And so far, well, the aggression will be in play once again. Looking to go for a little bit of a boost with Kenny, going for the peak. Wants to try and find that opening pick once again. And while the CT side, in terms of utility at least, they are a little bit limited.
Yeah, they don't have the best kind of utility to try and hold this one back. NBK towards mid, trying to exert some pressure on towards his A side while his team working on that B play. He's, of course, playing the lurk role, trying to keep these guys here, trying to kill the rotators, and that's going to work out quite well. There are 2 players right now over towards his A site for Team Dignitas that he could potentially try and hold on back. Rubino hasn't been too good at holding down this drop-down area. Let's see if he can try and improve it as he switches over towards the M4.
No more mag.
Yeah, no more mag. I think that's should be on one of his t-shirts, I don't know. But there we go, he's going to pick up 1 frag. MSL chances for one of his own as well. And while Config, he's going to fall, does come up short in that engagement. It's going to go 3 on 4 as 6 is able to find 1. But it doesn't win them too much control over towards B. And look at this play from Magisboy as well, flanking all the way back through mid. It does mean that they're going to be very exposed here if he can do some damage coming in from behind. And that's exactly what he does. 6 is going to be 13 HP now, and they are now stuck between a rock and a hard place.
Yeah, they seem to be pincered in from an awful lot of angles, really looking towards NBK as their main point of entry. But never mind, Kenny peeks out, finds that first. MSL is gone and dusted. And while NBK, he's not going to achieve anything coming out from drop. It's all going to be on Kenny. Sixer, he's low on HP. They have to try and get this bomb down. And well, they're going for broken. Well, that's going to give away where they're going. Surely, or maybe not. Cajun not ready for it. Rubino, he's going to get ended as well. Kenny has just turned up in a big, big way. What on earth? I didn't even see the last one coming as well. What just happened? Dora is fully out. He's got the little straps on and he's taking them through this round.
No, that was absolutely insane. Coming back from the brink of defeat in a scenario like that. I mean, just look at this shot here. That was insane. That is classic Kenny. You don't get more Kenny than that. And ultimately, it's going to allow him to pick up a 3rd round on the board. 7-3 is the scoreline currently. Team Dignitas now going to be on the back foot once again, forced into an eco. And now they're going to have to try and remedy this problem. EnVyUs looking strong as we head into round number 11.
Yeah, I just realized as well, we spoke about the sort of economy game. What a time for him to come up, Trumps. What an absolutely ridiculous time. We get a little bit more time to talk about it. Of course, we do have somewhat of a problem, it seems, as the round is not going to be live at the moment. But other than that, yeah, just talk about that round in general. So that round was basically one of the teams was getting reset. And, well, really the biggest problem overall was that Kenny just goes huge and basically resets them himself.
Yeah. And speaking of resets, that round just then that started playing out isn't actually going to be live.
Nice
transition.
We're
going to be, yeah, I know, right? The transitions. That's
Vive just ruined it.
Yeah, no. Sadly, yeah, it is going to be replayed. So we'll have more of an update on that as it goes through.
No damage done, so it shouldn't be a problem anyway.
Yeah, no, they just started, so it's all good. But yeah, no, that round there from Kenny was absolutely insane, and he turned up exactly when they needed him to. He picks up 4 huge frags and locks in another round on the board. That's exactly what you need. I mean, they were going into that with such a huge deficit that Kenny turning up and doing something like that, like you say, he's someone that can carry you through these maps where the AWP is just so incredibly viable. Even on maps where the AWP isn't viable, if Kenny's having a good day, then his team's having a good day too. So
even on this map, you say the T side of Cobble, in terms of AWPing, I think one of my favorite ways to actually play the AWP actually came out from Team Spirit, which isn't the most, it's sort of a surprising thing, but what they sometimes do is they send someone in as a runner who basically just goes, okay, I'm going to run into the round and basically just be cannon fodder. And then they set up a player on plat to just AWP, which is, of course, Davkos. And I really like that style. But it is quite a hard map to AWP on. A lot of the time, you're either peeking into very aggressive angles, which, after the Kenny nerf, isn't so easy anymore. And, well, at the same time, he still manages to do it. He still manages to make it work. And Well, there you go again. This time it is just against pistols, but he hits the headshot. Config doesn't stand a chance.
Yeah, no, not at all. He's going to get taken down straight off the bat, sorry. Well, MSL looking to try and make something happen in towards mid. Does have a P250 in hand, but he's going to be facing off against MBK at some point, trying to play the lurk role. Just wants to do a little bit of damage. Does MBS actually double back? Would have been a good opportunity to see him pick up some frags, but sadly he goes over-aggressive in mid, overextends a bit, and MBK does find him. Meanwhile, in towards drop, Happy just wreaking some havoc, takes down Rubino, and it's just a thorn in the sides, preventing too much of a rotate here. You can already see Magisboy not going to be going for it, leaving it all on Cajun B to try and make something happen in towards the A site.
So far, not so good. Dignitas, well, they had that sort of big advantage. They've already got 7 rounds, so it's not too much of a detriment either way. But when you get to that sort of standpoint of being a little bit far in front, you want to get yourself as many rounds as you can. So I'm feeling they're going to want 8 or 9 at least after the way they've started. Of course, this round is a little bit of a no-show. It's just pistols in play. Magis will at least get a CZ to give him a chance, but Happy will finish him off as well, picking up 3 eco frags for himself and at least padding his stats a little bit.
Yeah, and stat padding is what I'm all about. So, yeah, it's going to go 7-4. EnVyUs, they managed to get another round on the board, and in a very dominating fashion as well. Their economy is looking really strong. You got $5,700 up on NBK and EnVyUs. And they're going to be in a great... and EnVyUs? Why did I just call Kenny? I mean, to be fair, that may as well what you'd be calling him at this point. He's been the force to be reckoned with. But, you know, yeah, he's got a lot of money is what I'm trying to say. We're going to be seeing some aggression out long from the side of Team Dignitas, but MBK is here to try and deal with it. Does find one, but then they double peek him at the end to get the trade, put it back into a 4-on-4, and now they have Magisboy in a very good position, going aggressive in towards A.
You have to be very careful here. The flash is going to come through, but he's still able to not, well, be spotted as of yet. The timing, oh, just about going to stay alive in that position, and his config, he goes down. In the meantime, we have lost a couple of other players. Kenny's still alive, though, and we've already seen him go mad once, missing a couple of shots. Going to peek back out. They almost line up, and he'll switch over to the tech. 2 versus 2. Happy is there to support, but playing a little bit further back, just letting his teammates style. And Kenny, what is going on? Both of them have just pulled out their knives at the horrible moment, but MSL still grabs Happy in the meantime. I'm a little bit confused with what just went on. They almost went for a hug and just decided to pull back, but either way, 1v1.
Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't know what just happened to my voice either. It literally lost for words. But it's going to be a 1-on-1. Kenny S looking to redeem himself after him and MSL touched the tips of their barrels there, and now he's going to be falling back in towards this A site. MSL though, hot on his heels, trying to come in from behind. It's just going to find him through the wall anyway, because Kenny tries to go aggressive, and it's going to get punished for it. MSL secures that round for Team Dignitas. It's going to go 8-4, with 4 rounds the difference between these two teams.
Yeah, and I really want to just point out the sort of fragging at the moment currently on the sort of other side of things. Like, you've got the Dignitas team, I think it's 9, 9, 9, 9, 10 in terms of kills. So they really are just spread across the board at the moment, everybody having their moment. I hope you enjoyed a little bit of a look at our faces.
Yeah, no, that was just that was just to remind you guys that the hair is out of balance. It's going to go 8-4. Yeah, no, it is. I should just share some of mine. I have too much. Got too little. It makes perfect sense. But anyway, we're going to be heading into this 8-4, like we say. And now, Magisboy over towards long. Looks to be the one to try and open this up, as it is looking like EnVyUs dedicated on towards A. Kenny S finds the first frag. It's going to go 4-on-5. With the one-man advantage leaning the way of EnVyUs now, and they're going to be trying to capitalize on the sheer aggression in towards A. But Cajun B as MSL, they both come out on top, find 2 frags between them. But into a 3-on-4 as EnVyUs continue this take of the A site.
Sixer will manage to find another, and Cajun in fact winning the AWP duel. But it will be back to a 2 versus 2, and the weaponry on Dignitas is not going to be the best going into this one. Config with the UMP will manage to trade it back, and now it's Sixer. The 1 versus 1 knows where his opposition is, but shooting the vent will give a little bit of time and actually catches him by surprise, but all that's going to do is even up the HP. 46-51. It comes down to the last few seconds. Sixer seems to have the jump on his opposition, but it's Config to hit the headshot and managing to win this round for his team. No idea how Sixer didn't get that kill. I think both of them should have had it at different times. Where the sort of the peaks, either one, it could have gone either way, but eventually it's the pistol headshot, the P2000. And Dignitas as well, they're keeping these pretty close. Last round a 1 versus 2 coming in for MSL. This round it comes in for Config, but they get themselves their 9 rounds, and EnVy's economy, well, it's in the toilet.
Yeah, it's not looking good on the side of EnVyUs. They're going to be struggling a little bit to try and field the buy. Dignitas, on the other hand, they're doing a great job of keeping it up in the air, keeping the economy going, and just a little replay here of Config landing that lovely shot there on a Sixer. But now we're going to be heading into round number 14. 9-4 is the scoreline currently, and EnVyUs with a 4 spy. They've got an AK up on Sixer and Happy. And Tech9's across the board, going aggressively out towards B. Rubino, the Mag 7 isn't going to come in handy at that range, my friend. Conflict to find the first, does take down Kenny S. Keeps the aggression going, pushes through the smoke, able to do some damage, but that's going to be it. And now MSL picks up 2 frags of his own, looking to try and hold down this site solo as the rotate's coming in. He's got to try and buy some time, and that's exactly what he's going to do from this position. Finds one. And the information still hasn't even relayed. They didn't know he was there. Happy is going to get taken down by Magisboy anyway. But still, I mean, how didn't they know the whereabouts there of MSL?
I think it came down to, well, for starters, after the last kill, it came down to just Happy anyway. So either he was looking at the guy in front or behind. Either way, he was probably dead. So I kind of understand that decision. But yeah, overall, a sort of lot of weird plays coming in. MSL seemingly on the right end of most of them now. He's pulled out a clutch. He's pulled out a 3K to win them around a force buy. And all that means, Envy, well, instead of 1 buy and an eco, you're coming out with 2 force buys. Luckily, Apexy is there to find himself that entry.
I can't deal with Rubino right now. That hasn't even got a Mag 7 kill yet. He's used it like 20 out of the last 15 rounds, and he still hasn't even found 1 frag with it. Now everybody trying to see the fruits of that. Kenny S is able to find a second frag after picking up the M4, puts it into a 2-on-2, and, well, bomb is dropped in a very promiscuous location indeed. They've got to try and get this one back. Magisboy and Cajun B, they're fully aware, though, of the nature of this positioning, and they're trying to hold this one down. They're going to get spotted out by Happy. He does land some good damage on the back of that Deagle, so this round is by no means done just yet.
Yeah, looking towards the T's to try and push in. They've got plenty of time. That's the one benefit they have. The only problem is, well, they've now lost one of their players. Kenny will be there to trade. It comes down to the 1, but it's the USP. The Pistols seem to be finishing off every single one of these clutches. And again, Dignitas win it. And, well, that's been a big pinnacle factor, actually. Apart from the 1 clutch that was won by Kenny, every other one has gone the way of Dignitas. They're just winning every single one of these positions. And unfortunately, that means they've come out with an 11-4 CT half. And you think about how close some of these rounds are, that's pretty damn good. And, well, on the CT side, that's actually pretty incredible, in fact.
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, normally we see teams on the T. Well, it does depend on the team, I would say, with Cobble, but it can be a very, very T-sided map. So to go ahead and get 11 on the side of the counter terrace is always going to be a good start indeed. Now we're going to be heading into round number 16, the first round of the second half. Let's see how they fare on the pistol. Apex looking to try and fall back from long with the Shadow Daggers out and about, just trying to make his way back. And look at this positioning from Team Dignitas. They send the guys down in towards mid. It looks like it's going to be long, and well, 6 is going to get caught completely off guard. As a result, he's going to get taken down. Magisboy keeping the aggression going, gets in behind enemy lines, does some great damage, takes down Kenny. The remaining 3 EnVyUs players trapped on this A site, and now they're rotating in towards B on the side of Dignitas. But it doesn't matter as Cajun B comes up ramp, finds 2 frags. Apex finally put a stop to this slaughter. He's able to get 1, but Cajun B comes up huge, finds 3 frags there, and it's going to go 12-4.
Just managed to take more map control than they should ever have deserved. The rotation was so quick from Envy that it actually catches them out. You can see them here. They've already got 2 on the site, and then the sort of second 2 players have already made their way back in to rotate. And this just means that the T's just go ducking through the smoke. Magis realizes everybody's already trapped in, and everything just comes up trumps for Dignitas. A nice round, but a little bit of luck going their way. And all this leaves now the Pistols. Now, we know Envy can use these. We know that the Deags are all but prominent in their hands. They've got a lot coming their way. Apex, however, he's going to start things off. Make that a second. Looking for the third, but it's actually going to be Kenny for his team at least. And, well, they're prominent with the Pistols. Maybe even they're going to win this round with the Pistols. It's down to just Config. He's surrounded, and Envy, they give themselves a lifeline.
Yeah, they're able to cling back into this. They do find the conversion round there where Team Dignitas, they picked it up. It could have gone 13-4. And they would have been in line as well to pick up a 14th. Would have put them 1 round away from match point. So being able to cancel that out now ahead of time is going to bode very well for them. Of course, huge shout out there to Apex over towards long. Finds those 2 frags with the Deagle. And that is what kind of gets the ball rolling for his team. Ultimately, it is going to be the round going the way of EnVyUs. Now, Dignitas trying to get the return back into this. They go 5 Tech9s.
Oh, they're going fast.
Oh, but look at that flash from Happy. It's going to land perfectly, but he doesn't find anything off the back of it. He slows down the push and does so much damage. Apex once again in towards long, putting in some work. Kenny Esto is going to be the man with the frags. Finds 2. And now this bomb is going to be dropped in a very bad position indeed. It's all on Magisboy in the blink. 9-1 versus 4. He's got the M4 in hand. He's able to do a little bit of damage, but Happy answers back with an USP.
Yeah, he had some great positioning. Managed to get all the way around the back. Unfortunately, by the time he actually goes to make his play, everyone on his team is dead. And, well, now Envy actually do have a decent way to get back into this one. They can build up some cash. The Sixers just going to go with the pistol this round, but they know that there's not too much coming back on the other side. And I think they get this round, they get themselves maybe an AWP onto Kenny as well. They actually have a good chance to bring this one back. I wouldn't say it's anything too crazy just yet, and Dig should still be confident going into this one. And while that nade, counter nade's just working perfectly for Kenny and Happy, combining to just end this push, and MBK will even grab a couple towards the end for himself.
Yep, that round over before it even begins, as EnVyUs just completely mop up Dignitas. Finally, though, they would have filled the buy of their own. Magic Boys going to be picking up the AWP and dropping that over to Cajun B. So everyone on their side going to be having their, correct and, best respective weapons for how they play. 4 rifles backed up, of course, by the AWP on Cajun B. Very limited, though, in terms of utility. They don't choose to sacrifice the firepower. They go full on with the AKs and have 5 smokes, 3 flashes to try and play around with, get them out onto the sites. 3 players currently in mid for the side of Dignitas. The remaining players making their way in towards the B site, though. Cajun B with the AWP is going to get pushed out of position as those smokes land on through and render his position somewhat obsolete.
Yeah, a little bit of a skimp coming in for Magisk, though. He doesn't have any head armor, so the M4s have become that little bit more deadly. Of course, 2 AKs picked up do mean that it's not too much of a problem for the majority of players he's going to face, but Apex with a UMP going to try and make a little bit of extra money. That's the player he wants to aim for. Now, as said, both teams now seemingly have very little utility left. Six are in a decent position, but Config, already pushing so far, may be able to catch him out of position now. Config is, of course, just the lurker, and as the push comes in, there's only 2 players on the B side. This is where the big problem relies. MBK has to go huge, and Kenny, he has to do just as much now. He's the only player left on the site. Config has found 2 on the other. He's just a fake. This leaves 2 players left to try and defend against everyone else, and Kenny, well, he's got this AWP. He has to do it all over again.
Yeah, it's going to be a very tough position indeed. Able to find 1, but that's going to be it. Does swap out into the CZ. Rubino shows him that at close range it's no match for the superiority of an AK-47. 13-7 now is the scoreline. Dignitas, they managed to get another round on the board.
I think that was a reaction. I think that was actually a big reaction to the way that we've seen Dignitas play. I think almost every round they've been edging their way over towards the A site.
Yeah, playing for the fakes.
You see 3 players just bump onto that A site, and then Config, well, he actually takes 2 with him anyway, but then the rest of the team, they just hit the 2 players on A, and that's already a problem. Cajun, he's going to catch Kenny low, but it will be Sixer to find the first kill of the round. A lot of HP lost, and again, Config finding a pick for his team has been pinnacle so far in actually finding these entries onto the T side. And, well, Rubino now looking to do the same again. There's still no idea where the bomb's actually going. They've got a 2-2 split. Config will find a second entry kill onto A, and the bomb, well, it's going to be hitting onto B.
Yeah, it's making its way out. Magic Boy's going to be getting boosted up, and might be able to find themselves some frags from this position. MSL actually finds 1 into MBK. This position's going to bode very, very well, though, for the side of Dignitas. Sixer trying to play things nice and sneaky over here by the site. Yeah, it's solo on the side of EnVyUs. Kenny Esso is able to get 1 with the AWP, showing that you don't need HP, you just need aim, and that's exactly what he's got. Picks up 1 frag. And Sixer in a great position as well to try and lurk out onto the site. I'm not sure they know that he's here, as MSL's going to get taken down. So this situation gets completely flipped on its head. Rubino does chime back in with the return frag, puts it into a 1-on-1. Kenny's only got 15 HP left, but he does have the AWP in hand.
Yeah, the big problem, though, he hasn't got a kit, and I wonder if there's actually one to be found. Now, of course, he does have that one-shot capability. He has the opportunity to find one, and he has actually grabbed the kit. He's just going to go straight for the defuse, and actually, he may be able to get this. Never mind, Rubino is there to finish things off for his team. So there we go. Dignitas, they get a little bit close. I have to say, at the moment, Config is just absolutely flying. Like, that's twice now. He's just walked solo onto A and found 2 kills. It just shouldn't be happening. He shouldn't be able to do that, and well, considering how the rest of the round went, it comes down to a much closer scenario. You don't have those players going down. The retake is much, much easier. Either way, full investment coming in for Envy. They are not going to be fighting for overtime. They're going straight in with the buy in this round. I wonder how much is skimping. Quite a lot, in fact. Double mag 7, UMP pistol, only 1 rifle. Apex, well, you've got a lot of work to do.
Yep, he's got to try and land some insane shots indeed, but here's the man to do it, as he is going to be the one with the M4. 3 players right now on the side of EnVyUs in towards A, and NBK and Six are getting up close and personal in towards the B site, just touching the tips of their barrels there over towards the platform area. The Mag 7 is going to come in handy, though, on the back. The UMP is going to come in handy on the back of Sixer. Let's not forget as well about the Mag 7 on MBK, as it was looking like he was going to rotate away, but now he's opting to just play the hole in the wall once again. 4 players currently here for Dignitas. The Magic Boy trying to make his way in through drop. Rubino there to start things off. That's fine. MBK is going to render the Mag 7 useless, and Sixer as well. He's going to fall, so now it's a 3-on-5. as Team Dignitas make their way out onto this site. They've still got the bomb yet to go down. Happy's in a position where he could potentially try and deny something here, but with Rubino's forward location, it's not going to be allowed. That's going to be the frags going the way of Team Dignitas. Rubino picks up 3 huge frags there, and it's going to go 15-7.
Yeah, EnVy, for what, the 3rd or 4th time, they seem to gamble going onto that A site, really hoping that there's a push in that direction. And last 2 rounds, yeah, Config walked in, cleaned up 2 of them, and almost gave them a reason to have players over towards A. This time, they just straight push B. There's barely any response in terms of the 2 players available, because you have to remember they had a Mag 7 and a UMP versus those all-powerful AKs. And while going into the last round, they finally switched back to having 3 players on the B site. But with this buy, well, yes, they've done it with pistols before, but to do it on command is going to be a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, no, definitely. So, I mean, you have got the 2 Deagles, though, on MBK and 6, so they've shown to be fairly good with them in the past. And the MP9 on Kenny, always a curious buy, but I find it just finds the head for you. It's like a built-in aimbot, as he's going to be wielding that weapon, hopefully to devastating effect. 2 guys there for EnVyUs right now over towards the A site in the form of in the form of Happy. Why do I keep doing that? In the form of Happy. What's wrong with me? And Apex trying to hold this one down. The Mag 7's going to come in handy as Rubino looks to go out mid. He's playing the close angle, and this is exactly where you'd want to be in this position. Rubino's going to go for the peek, but his head is going to be caved in by the Mag 7. MSL does find one out towards Apex, is going to allow him to take long control, and this means that Happy is stuck between the remaining Dignitas players. Magisboy coming in from behind. His signal, his position is going to be signaled, but he finds the frag anyway. And now it's all Kenny, 1 versus 4.
Kenny will be able to get 1, and that's an AWP. Yeah, I was about to say, you want to pick that one up, Kenny. Not going to matter either way. Config continues how he has done in the rest of the map, and actually a very good performance across the board. Although maybe Rubino had some problems with the mag, he still had a decent performance overall. And in terms of just all of the players having their moments, it definitely seems to be the case. I'm really actually impressed by what we saw from Dignitas there. There was no one where we're going, oh no, that player's slacking behind. We've had MSL actually had a really good game in terms of his ability to clutch. He had a 3K where he sort of jumped through the smoke on the CT side. I think we had Cajum as well with some incremental moments. So there's no one I can really mention that I said, you know what, yeah, they were slacking for Dig. Now, on the other side, I was basically looking at Kenny and going, okay, is he going to win this round? No? Okay, that's probably it.
That's the issue. It did feel like it was Kenny versus the world.
Yeah, Kenny versus the world, and we'll see if that will be the case when we come back. A little bit of analysis, and then we're going straight on to map number 2.